I'm a running gun from the break of the sun. Gotta cut them off and get in front. I can't sit in a trance, I'd take the chance till I find one that wants to dance, son. Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
Hey, welcome back. Another Mossy Oak turkey season live. We still here. Everybody's still sending in content. How can you beat that? It's free every Monday night. So we got another one coming up right here. All the providers coming through. Everybody's still turkey hunting. Mossy Oak turkey season live starts right now.
Man, that's about as good as they get right there. I guess I got introduced into hunting when I was a kid. My grandfather and uncles, everybody were pretty big deer hunters. They'd dress us up in as much orange as you could possibly get on a person and send us through the brush doing deer drives for everybody else. And so that's kind of how we got introduced to deer hunting. So as I got older and when I've had kids, they've grown up around it. I work at Mossy Oak. They see it every day. They're involved in it. I mean, it's kind of what we do. There's some aspect of something we do every day that has to do with hunting. So all my kids have killed deer except my youngest one. I've got a daughter that's 15 that likes to hunt. I've got Colt, who I brought down here to Florida with me. He's 13. He's a hell of a hunter. And then the youngest one I got is 4, so he's not really old enough to hunt, but he'll tag right along. He's sat right there with me in a tree stand. I've tied him in up in a ladder stand, and he's watched me shoot does. I mean, he's ready. He just ain't quite old enough yet. But my whole family, I mean, that's just what we do, how we grew up, and it's just a part of our way of life. First turkey hunt I ever went on for Mossy Oak, I went down and met Brett and Stacy. And so basically, we hit it off, and they are awesome guys. I've been friends with them ever since. They're really good friends of mine now. And for me to take my son down there to kill his first Osceola, and that's where I killed my first Osceola, and then to do it with those guys and the friends that they are, I mean, it's kind of special to get to do that with my son. It means a lot to me. Turkey's coming, there he comes.
Well, I mean, probably when I was little, he would go hunting probably every month somewhere or fishing. And then he would tell me the stories that he had, and I just thought they were awesome, and I wanted to kill it for myself. And I just was waiting until I grew up a little bit. He told me once I grew up that I could go with him. So I'm here now in Florida, killing Osceolas, and I got to kill a good one this year, and it just was exciting because it's a lot different than back in Mississippi. He always told me that it was beautiful down here, and it is.
Colt killed his the first afternoon we were there, and then I hunted the next morning. We got set up. We had 2 longbeards. They flew down. They stayed out about 60 yards. There they come. And another bird started gobbling from our right, and those 2 longbeards went right over to him, and they kind of pushed him around, and then he came right to us.
I'm gonna kill him.
Shoot him in the body.
Head.
He was starting to leave when I shot him, so of course I shot him in the back, and then that Colt just started running in. Well, you didn't head shoot him. You should have shot him in the head. And then the bird I shot was a 2-year-old, and of course the one that Colt shot was probably a 4 or 5-year-old turkey. I mean, it was a heck of a Florida turkey, and so he wanted to razz me about his was bigger. And what he doesn't understand is I don't care. To me, it means so much more for him to kill a bigger turkey than me.
I'm just glad that I shot one, but turns out I shot a pretty big one. And the spurs were big on mine, the beard, and just everything. And then his was pretty good. I mean, it's turkey, you know. And I just liked hunting with him. Well, thanks for the experience, Dad. I love you. Hopefully we can hunt some more, and maybe you can kill one bigger. Love you.
It means the world to me to take him down there and do that. And you know, I'm just really fortunate and blessed. I've got 3 healthy kids, and I mean, to me, that's really all that matters.
How do brands begin? What inspires their creation? At Mossy Oak, our inspiration leaves an indelible print and makes an unmistakable sound. The wild turkey is woven into every inch of Mossy Oak fabric ever created, from 1986 to today. Our inspiration began with one man's obsession with turkeys over 75 years ago, which he passed on to his family. His son created Mossy Oak to get closer to turkeys, and somehow along the way we created something so much bigger. Every spring when we enter the woods, we don't measure success by beards and spurs. Instead, we welcome the chance to tap back into what inspired us so many years ago. So, to the wild turkey, we thank you, and we'll see you this spring.
my friends had gone to the beach and on vacation to Disney World and all that vacation stuff, and I was still here turkey hunting with Uncle Tom and Hunter.
So welcome to the fire.
And that jib tore him up.
Bottom land from head to toe.
I killed one this morning.
That's good.
He's still in the tree.
What are we walking? 13 miles a day?
Yeah, it was just walking. It was less than 10 minutes and he was flopping right here.
I've been waiting for this moment, the final battle of the chosen.
Found one.
You done found one?
So it's the first week of April, and it's me and Mr. Hunter's spring break, and Hunter came down to go turkey hunting with me and Tom, and Mossy Oak crew's coming later in the week, and we wanted to see if we could get a little turkey hunting in before they got here and just see if we could get something done this week, and we'll just see how the week turns out.
Brown place. 2 hens out there. The hen out there, and there's a hen out there by the junkyard in the clear cut. Grant, he's my nephew. He's 11, I guess. We started hunting. I started taking with him when he was 7. I think we didn't kill anything his first year, and he killed his first one when he was 8. Anyway, he's got the bug. He loves it like I did when I was his age, and still do. He wants to go with me every time I go, and I enjoy him going with me. He's trying to learn the other side of it now. He's wanting to call, and which is good. I told him next year he had to yelp me one up, but it means a lot him going with me. He's like my little boy. Everybody says he looks just like me when I was coming up and acts just like me. But, we have a good time when we hunt together, cutting up with each other, and he's just a special little boy, a good Christian boy, and he's something I'm proud of, and our whole family is. He really looks up to Neil and Daniel and Hunter and my mother, Drew, all my other hunting buddies, my brother. I had some good teachers that took me back then. I'm trying to do the same for him.
I mean, I love hunting with Tom and Grant for a number of reasons, but I think the main reason is Grant is a spitting image of me at 10 or 11 years old. I mean, my uncle, same as Tom, is the one that got me into turkey hunting. He had all his buddies would come into town, and I'd just sit around with them, and they pretty much raised me. And you know, it didn't matter if we were hunting or what. As long as I was just hanging out with them, I was content, you know. And that's how Grant is. He does. It don't matter if we're just sitting around the house watching TV. He wants to be there. And that boy is eat up with some turkeys and loves the wild turkey just as much as we do. So it's pretty special to be able to share a tree with him.
So we woke up the next morning, and it was supposed to be really pretty that morning. Not too cold, but not too hot. And we had barely gotten out of the camp and heard a turkey gobble. So we got across the pond dam, we heard a couple more turkeys gobbling, and we walked down the road and got kind of set up in a spot close to a road, and just heard 5 or 6 turkeys around us gobbling at the same time, pretty much. Tom was sitting with me, and then we heard them fly down from the trees, and we got them a good ways over to us, but they were kind of circling around us, so Tom had to move across the road and try to call them back towards us. And when he did that, they came straight to the road and just kind of came up.
Shoot the strutter. Yeah. Just wait. Yeah.
So I shot, and the turkey got on, started flopping on the ground, and the jakes kind of ran off about 15 yards and kind of just looking around to see, and we just wanted to see what they would do, so we sat down for a second afterwards and just saw what they were doing, and walked over there and I killed him.
What's he look like, G?
That worked out perfect, didn't it?
Yeah.
First thing we got to do is tell Mr. Hunter happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
He
Thank you, sir.
Drove all the way from Alabama yesterday to watch you shoot one on his birthday. We had a pretty morning this morning. We actually stayed right here on this piece of property, clubhouse up there, and we walked across the pond down before we could even get across the pond down. We heard one gobbling this morning, so we come down. They was on a ridge right down there where it drops off into the river. And we got within probably 200 yards of them and didn't get real aggressive with them, just called a little bit on the limb, and they was actually going towards the field, and I got a little aggressive with them when I saw that they wasn't going to come up this road. And 2 gobblers and 3 jakes, they come right in. Grant shot the strutter just like he's supposed to. Man, it's a pretty morning. What is it? What's the date today, Hunter?
April 7th.
April the 7th. It was pretty to my eyes. I hadn't watched the video, but they come up this road and gobbled a couple times, strutted.
I can assure you it was pretty.
Yeah.
It was 3 jakes come in behind him, and I thought they was gonna all get too tight where he couldn't shoot. That's kind of got me worried a little bit, but they split up, and he shot the one he was supposed to, just like he's supposed to.
This one got halfway up the road and just strutted and walked strutting all the way up to the decoy.
Was your heart up in your throat?
Pretty much. So I can't imagine a better way to start a spring break with going hunting with Hunter and Uncle Tom. It was just a great week, and I look forward to the rest.
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation obsession pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
All right, coming up, we got the DOD Avian-X Turkey Tour. Man, that's hard to say, but it's fun to watch. So check this out.
All right, here we go with show number 8 from the Avian-X Turkey Tour. 3 different hunts, 3 different big gobblers going down. We're starting off with Forrest, then Taylor, then Brother Terry, all of them from the great state of Iowa. You know there are some big Easterns headed at you as we head out turkey hunting.
Game time, got 5 big strutters up on top of the hill. Mark just called the landowner here. We're gonna go up this hill and get up above them, so. Pretty close to these birds now. They're right in front of that box plant. We got the roll of the hill, so we're gonna try these up with the trophy drops. Have some luck. Ready to go. Just stay low and get in front of those weeds.
All right, we'd seen these birds at a distance of probably a half mile from a gravel road that went by this farm. Now we're going up to get around them and come up over the top with the trophy toms and try and lay down out in the middle of this wide open field to pull them in.
There's a hen to the left or a gobbler. It's a gobbler to the left. See him?
So we went to that big group of turkeys, and then suddenly, as you heard, Wade saw that bird off to the left. He's higher than myself and Forrest, so his visual is much better, and we're not really sure exactly where he's looking when this bird starts coming, but it didn't take us long. We figured it out.
Nice work, buddy.
Boom, baby.
Heck yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
That was awesome.
Boom. Boom.
Look out, buddy. How much fun. Woo! That was freaking awesome. Wow. Wow. Good stuff, buddy. You didn't get scoped, did you? Good stuff. Gosh. Wow.
Well, here we are up in Iowa. Me and Terry got to come up and join the turkey tour. Got Mark, Wade, Perry, Coondog, all of them been doing all the work up here. And it was an absolutely epic hunt this morning. Had fog, so we waited a little bit, came up, got on 5 of them. Thanks for letting me come up.
Oh
That was
man,
awesome.
thanks for coming up. And this was an awesome, you know, yesterday, look at the difference. Yesterday afternoon, low pressure, high, hot day. 2 gobbles in about 6 hours. This morning it took 30 minutes once we got into position. It's a difference in weather.
Well, and I think a lot of it is getting with them. You get in their roundhouse, altogether different story, and that's what you guys did. You slid and crawled and, you know, used what you needed to do as far as the fans and getting up in there tight. That's a big, you know, as far as I'm concerned, that's probably the biggest when it comes to killing birds that have a hen with them or peeling one off of the group and getting him to come. That's exactly what you did.
So much
awesome.
fun. Congratulations, Forrest.
Thanks,
Just
guys.
awesome.
Thanks.
Here's another one that we talked about, and myself, Paul, Terry all agreed you want a standard V-call, but this one's a little bit different in that spacing is a little greater than what you might be used to in terms of where the V is. The spacing with the reeds is very tight, much like the other calls in the line. The reeds are very thin. It takes very little air to make this call run. Within the entire line, it's probably the easiest one for a beginner to pick up and use, the tongue inverter. Awesome call in the line.
We struck from the road and we heard 2 different birds, I think, gobbling, so we're gonna see if we can get closer and try and see where they're actually at, because they were distant, but bring in our setup stuff.
We got some birds spotted over here on this Marvin Hill. Mark, see if we get in the blind if they're below the roll.
Setup's decoy.
This footage is deceiving. It looks like Wade's walking right at this bird, but in reality, there's quite a roll between him and the bird. So he can't see the turkey. He's approaching the top of the roll, looking through his fan to see if he can spot him so that he can show him that trophy tom and try to get him coming our way. Wade's on the ground. He put the Avian HDR Jake out. Taylor and I are up in the blind, so we're 15 foot higher than him. We have the show of all shows. Wade gets his attention with that trophy tom. The bird turns, starts to come, and then Wade backs up, keeping that hill at the exact same place as he backs up. All you really want to do is show him the top of that fan and don't give him a lot more so that he never sees your body.
These turkeys from 3 or 400
birds over there snuck up and around, got on top of this hump. And we see a longbeard here that we're trying to get up over the hump. And then 4 other longbeards down at the end of this plot. Hopefully he ends up playing the game, stick with us. We hope to have a good hunt here before it's over with. I think we will. We just got to get him coming over that hump. Once Wade got his attention with the trophy tom, he backs down, gets below the blind, and then actually behind us in case we need more calling. In the meantime, I'm pouring it on from the box blind, trying to get this bird's attention so he comes in and sees our decoy set up. Yeah, here he goes. Wait till I get a steady shot. Yep. Coming with. You absolutely made a great shot, Taylor. Good job right here, girl.
Gosh, I'm shaking. Look at that.
Oh man, did he come when he decided to come? Good dog, baby. Bingo, baby. Bingo.
That was so awesome. Gosh, it was like the anticipation was just, it was building up, because he'd commit, stop, and then finally got on that stream. Heck yeah, the bird should have got a show on the, at the decoys.
Wow.
Well, I'm tagged out in Iowa. It's season 3 here. Weather's absolutely gorgeous. We just came out for a little evening hunt. It was Dad, myself, Wade, and Coondog, and man, it turned out to be a really, really awesome hunt.
Forrest killed this morning. Terry had multiple encounters today, and then Taylor rounds it out here this evening. So what a great day of turkey hunting it was in Iowa. It's hard to imagine all of this happened in one day.
We were kind of pulling all of our tricks out of our sleeves. We had Wade on the ground fanning. We had 2 Avian-X decoys out.
It was a great combo tactic, having the Jake and the hen, but there was a roll in the hill, and sometimes terrain will prevent a bird from seeing your decoy setup. So Wade continued to use the terrain to show just the top of that trophy tom, and once he saw the Jake, it was over.
Oh yeah, that Longbeard XR did its job. So much fun.
Congratulations, Taylor.
Thank you.
Well, as is so typical with turkey hunting, we started out in the bottom field, had turkeys gobbling all around us. They all flew down, went up the humps to this ridge we're about to climb up. So we'll see if we can't get in front of their direction of travel now. Always best to be where a turkey wants to go as opposed to where he doesn't. Rule number 1. All right, we're slip sliding up ridges, down through the creeks, everything we can do to get out in front of these turkeys. Finally, this little creek led us within 150 yards of the birds, but it was so slick and so steep, Forrest is actually holding us up as Terry actually rests his gun over the lay down hen. It's just one of those deals. This is where we needed to be, and luckily Forrest was there to help her brother out. By golly, we got us a turkey. Hit him again, maybe.
Well, the turkey tour rolls on, doesn't it?
It keeps rolling, man.
Just like down the river, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we rolled right down the river, didn't we?
Yeah. Man, oh man. You know, we talked about it early on this morning that it was one of those days, it's overcast, a little cloudy, and kind of feels damp, like there might be a little moisture in the air. And if we said if we struck them, there was a pretty good chance we'd be able to kill one. And by golly, this one worked out pretty doggone well.
And so often we work the birds early, don't get them, go find alternate birds, and then they come right in. Fun stuff, though. I mean, if you look at what happened yesterday, all kinds of different hunts, really.
You talk about lots of different ways to kill turkeys. We were talking about those bluebird days, and often they're with hens the entire day because they're usually up off a nest, and all they got to do is lay an eyeball on them, and it can shut them down for the entire day. But you get a day like today, one of these birds, and this turkey's a good bird. He's got razor sharp spurs. Man, was he making some racket.
It was. Once we finally got to where we needed to be on that cut bank, it didn't take them long to get here.
Well, it worked out great. Tour rolls on.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. More than you know.
Fun stuff.
Deercast is giving you the chance to hunt with Mark and Terry Drury. Head over to deercast.com to enter.
Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
Oh yeah, we're ready to roll. Should be a good morning. Alright, I think we got everything. I think most other stuff's in back, so we'll go grab it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if we kind of made these birds nervous, if we got a little too close to the roost or what. We were probably within 80 or 100 yards, but they were gobbling the whole time. So I'm going to slip out here to this big field and glass it real quick, and then come back here and decide if we're going to move to another spot or if we're going to sit it out and see if we can't get one to cooperate. Yesterday, and there were some toms right out in front of this blind about 8:30 or so. So we decided to brush it in just a little bit better, and we got in here. Got everything set up just perfect this morning, and we're ready. It should be a good one. It's 2 toms, I think. That first week of the Missouri turkey season sure was a tough one on me. Man, it can be so frustrating when you get all set up and you're just sure it's going to finally come together and the birds decide to do something different.
But you know, that's part of it. And I knew my buddy Andy was coming in town that weekend, and we hadn't hit one of the farms that we knew there was quite a few birds on, so we were pretty excited to get over and try that one out.
Well, I drove in early this morning. It's my first hunt in Missouri this year, 2020 season. We snuck in here to this big open hayfield. Got another little smaller hayfield right behind us. But Ty put some birds to roost last night, just across the creek here. They were gobbling this morning, but they hit the ground and shut up, so we'll stay put and see if we can get them to cross the creek and get over here in this field. I'm sure they'll be here sometime today. I just don't know when. Oh, here comes another one. Yeah, there's 2 jakes. 2 toms just popped out in the field. I don't know. Yeah, buddy. Good bird. Look at them spurs. It's your turn, buddy.
All right, let's go do it.
We just got Andy's bird out, and a train came by. And as soon as it did, a bird gobbled across the river, another one. And when I put him to bed last night, there were 4 toms, and only 2 came out. So we know there's at least 2 more toms across the river somewhere. So that might have been the other birds we just heard gobbling. So needless to say, we're back in the same blind. We're gonna see if we can't double up. And if we do, we're heading straight to the lake. Oh, right here in the field. Bingo! Did that really just happen? This is unbelievable! We just doubled. We're going to the lake fishing! How can they be so dumb or so hard to kill forever, and then one day they just all come in running into the decoys like crazy?
You're talking, and I still got them on film. Like they're wandering around.
This is ridiculously awesome! One booked out of here. He's like, guys, something's not right. Yeah. Literally, we weren't in the field, what, 5 minutes ago, tops.
Baby.
And we heard those birds gobble.
And I was gonna walk across the field and call to him, and Andy's like, he didn't sound far away, let's get set up. So we come back in, literally sit down, we were calling back and forth, hen calling, and talking to each other, and I look back and they're already 50 yards out in the field and coming in. Whew, thank you, Lord. Amazing, amazing hunt.
Well, I can't get there.
Dead bird. Look at that guy. Oh, what a beaut. 2-year-old bird. Awesome, awesome. Was he the one missing a tail? One of them was missing a tail feather coming across, wasn't he? Or was that one on yours? I can't even remember. We've seen so many toms this morning. We've only seen 1 hen and 6 toms and 2 jakes. Nice beard. I didn't even look at any of them to see which one was what. He was in the middle.
They're all wet. They all look long though.
He was in the middle sitting there and halfway puffed up, and then he kind of saw me when I drew. I'm like, okay, you're going down. Yeah. We killed 2 turkeys. Now we're heading down to the Ozarks because the crappie are biting, and we're gonna go catch some. I mean, this is just how we had it planned, right? Woo! Way to go, buddy. Let's do this. Let's go get some pictures and go fishing. You know, this was just one of those perfect turkey mornings where everything fell into place. The birds acted like they were supposed to, responding to the calls, and you know, we just couldn't be more excited, and especially myself after struggling so hard that week. And you know, to top it off, we get to head to the lake to go fishing. I couldn't think of a better way to spend a weekend.
At Mossy Oak, we firmly believe that to live your very best life, you need to get outside as often as possible. Everything Mossy Oak has ever done or will do has been in the effort to get people more connected with the outdoors. Now, how you do it is up to you, but we are always here to help. Mossy Oak wellness products are designed with that singular goal to help you get the most from all your moments outdoors. Hey, when you don't feel 100%, it's the outside parts of your life that suffer the most. An outdoor lifestyle is an active lifestyle, and our products are designed to help you feel better so you can get out there as much as possible for as long as possible. Mossy Oak Wellness. Feel better, get outside.
All right, we're fixing to go hook up with Dave Owens from the Pinhoti Project. Somebody who I like, consider, and you know by now I'm a big fan because my cheese meter goes off pretty easy. Let me just tell you, this guy, he knows what he's doing. Let's check out the Pinhoti Project.
Woke up to some rain this morning. It's less than desirable, but we have no cell phone service, so nobody can look up a weather report, so we really don't have a clue what's going on with the weather. We just have to kind of fill it out every morning.
You can go ahead and get all that yakking and coughing and crap out of the way, or you want to wait till you get set down on one?
I'm going to wait till we sit down on one.
Keep it.
Wow. Does it bother you?
Keep it going.
Does it bother
Keep
you?
it going. It doesn't bother me, but I don't know about them gobblers. It's getting late in the game, guys.
What you mean?
5:30.
Bullpen's getting thin.
He's getting nervous now.
About what?
Nobody get nervous. Wish that wind would hold off.
That's where he goes to hell. I don't care if I get another one ever again.
had the best time this morning. Oh.
Damn, if that ain't hitting the nail square, son. That's hitting the nail square.
Nobody getting upset or nothing. Everything's cool.
I've had such a good time. We're going to turkey hunt, guys, today. We're going to hunt. Where do you think we should go?
I've had such a good time. I don't care.
I don't care if I see another turkey. I'll find one.
I'll tell y'all what, y'all want to make this fun? I'm going to go this way and go turkey hunting. Why don't y'all go that way and see what y'all can drum up? That make you happy? Or you want me to go that way?
Little Ben. Huh? Little Ben.
Little Ben.
Gobbled right there, a long ways away. It's back toward the camp. Yep. There's another one. Yep. I think that's it. We got a couple birds we can hear, but they're a long way away. We're not in the ball game with anything really. We gobbled a couple times apiece. Everything started late this morning, it appears. So we were trying to kind of hurry up and get to a different listening point before they fly down to try to get a better bearing on them. There he was. Hey, there just gobbled right there. Mm-hmm. You gotta go down there, you gotta hit the trail, go around the left side. Yes. That's that turkey.
That's him. Yeah. This goes down in the secondary.
There he goes again. Picky one.
He's closer. This one gobbling better.
You got a busted gasket.
He ain't far.
He's not far at all. He's right there in that cypress stone.
There's a trail down there. What you got him? 250?
2 maybe.
We need to try to work the turkey on the cypress side. See if we go across and the sun comes out with pinch.
Yep. That ain't that far, boy.
He's still up. I mean, that's a totally different sound. He gobbled right at us that time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try for the cypress. His tracks cut through that cypress all in there.
Let's try it.
The water gets up here and makes a narrow neck. There he was. He's coming. Sit with him and you back up. They're coming this way. Aren't you gonna yelp to him? Listen to these things coming on the road. Sounds like they're walking right down in. Look, a lot of their tracks are cut right on the edge of that water.
Try that one again. I told you.
I'm gonna get to him through the side, the edge here.
That's the end right there. At least start here because you got plenty of cover. We just snuck in to within probably $150 of these. I think it's 2 turkeys together. We thought we were right in the mix, but it sounds like they gobbled off. Like they flanked off to the side. Got a thick strip of palmetto chop between us. Looks like it thins up right up here, and they're gonna try to get in there and hook into it and see if we can't get them to respond to a call or something. I don't know. There they go. Hey, just gobbled right there. Way in there. Shot gobbled. They didn't think that was a turkey. That was a shot gobble. I thought it was a pileated woodpecker. They're moving, boss. They're moving. Faster now.
It just ate you up, son. They're gonna be coming. I'm telling you, they're closer than they were.
We're gonna pick our way through this. We just need to sit up right here.
Sit up right here.
You think?
Yeah. Let's see, they've already come. They've already come. We need to try to keep this back side tight in case they skirt the edge. I think they'll come. Good. Oh, good spot right there. It's 2, isn't it?
Dude, they're freaking coming. Let's sit down right
come
here.
on. Yeah.
I just hope they come across that open stuff.
Yeah, come across the open stuff.
Sit down. Sit down. If y'all are still jumping around when these turkeys walk out, I'm a freaking... What happened, boys?
Just another day.
Just lost one. You don't win them all, boy.
No.
Man, we had a runner on third. No outs. You think?
Yeah, but instead of trying to drive him in from the plate, we tried to drive him in from the stands up behind first base. He was sitting in the wrong spot. When you sit in the wrong spot, failure is typically the outcome. It may have worked. It was cloudy. But once the sun came up, what did I tell you the minute the sun hit?
Oh, you said we're about to get aft here. That's the deal.
I wasn't even tense. I could feel it from the start. I said, they're gonna see us. They came up. They were already wanting to see the hen. They felt like they should have seen the hen earlier. And then they look over there, and there's a big old dork sitting there against a tree with a leafy jacket on.
Two dorks.
Looks like he's a Christmas decoration in somebody's yard, glowing. I don't know, my few days of doing this stuff, that typically doesn't jive. So they slowly angled themselves away from danger and disappeared. You can let it get to you mentally, or you can brush it off and go out there and try to wrestle with them again. It might work, might not. Only one way to find out.
If not, there's always Tito's.
I think you do this stuff long enough, that's going to happen.
What's happening right now?
We had a complete debacle this morning. The compasses weren't working. Everyone's turned around. The king knew where he was going. We finally got it straightened out. And we're following Little Ben down this little trail.
Little Ben's gonna get it figured out, ain't he?
Little Ben's trying to yelp him up.
Yeah.
We're gonna strike this thing right about yonder.
On yon side of that cypress dome.
And Little Ben's gonna sit down and put the whoop to him.
Yeah. Little Ben's gonna get it done. Is that what we're dealing with now, is the pessimistic jumps? You need to hit it with a lighter?
For 32.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the minors.
Tijuana Joe tossing some salt and pepper on the nuggets here.
Whoop it, boy.
Another day.
Let me fix that salt.
Eating some more of this wild turkey nuggets out here in the swamp. Boys, good thing we started strong. We'd be to run out of food by now.
Man alive.
Last couple days we'd be going hungry.
Turned awful.
Got the game plan ready?
Well, we're kind of discussing it right now.
We're discussing it.
Yeah. We're getting the chalk out, getting ready to go to the board.
Yeah, we're going to the board.
Yeah.
Going to the board. Old coach Coach Juan over here is gonna.
You need some pavers put in? He just got his weed eating route done for the day.
How do brands begin? What inspires their creation? At Mossy Oak, our inspiration leaves an indelible print and makes an unmistakable sound. The wild turkey is woven into every inch of Mossy Oak fabric ever created, from 1986 to today. Our inspiration began with one man's obsession with turkeys over 75 years ago, which he passed on to his family. His son created Mossy Oak to get closer to turkeys, and somehow along the way we created something so much bigger. Every spring when we enter the woods, we don't measure success by beards and spurs. Instead, we welcome the chance to tap back into what inspired us so many years ago. So, to the wild turkey, we thank you, and we'll see you this spring.
Turkey talk. All right, it's getting late in the season down here. As you can see behind me, it's getting kind of green. And as tough as these turkeys are to hunt, Mississippi, Alabama, all these down here, it can get even tougher because conditions change. All right, what's happening different? Well, most likely they've been hunted for 3 or 4 weeks. And you don't have to shoot at one and miss it to spook it or booger it up. Encroachment, seeing you, hearing you, those turkeys get tougher and tougher and tougher. They also get harder to judge distance-wise. When these trees leaf out, they got all that foliage on them. If that turkey's roosted facing away from you and gobbles, he may sound like he's a quarter of a mile. You can barely hear him. In reality, all that foliage is knocking down that volume. He may be 100 yards. So all I can tell you about late in the season, move slow, be stealthy, be patient. Hey, coming up next, we got rogue hunts. That's kind of late in the season. Sometimes that's all you get are those rogue hunts. Check this out.
So for our second day in Tennessee, we had located some gobblers the night before, and we watched them for a while that night, and we got a pretty good idea where they were going. We didn't actually watch them fly up, but the problem was going to be the next morning we had some really crappy weather blowing in, so we had about a half an hour gap there, right at daylight, that we were going to be able to get on them. So that next morning we got in there tight. So that next morning we slid in there and we weren't exactly sure where they were at, so we just stopped right about where we last saw them the night before, and sure enough, man, they gobbled like 75 yards. I mean, they were right in there tight, and there wasn't much we had for setup. There was just a couple cedar trees, and that was all we had, so we had to throw down right there.
Slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? Bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right?
I kind of expected them to pitch down. We got in here so late with the weather. We never really knew exactly where they were set up, but they were calling for rain all day, and
we didn't really know if we were gonna be able to go. So we got in here this morning, and when we got right up to this top, these birds gobbled right here. So there's nothing else we could do. I mean, I just had to put that shredder decoy literally 5 feet from me. But they flew down, they come up this fence line, they come right in behind us, and it was just a goat rope in there for the longest time. And finally, all 4 of those longbeards come out, and they got in front of me here, and it was just a miscommunication of shoot, not to shoot, shoot, not to shoot. And it turned into something wild there, but we got it done. That freaking Jebs tore him up with that robe, but that was a pretty cool hunt. So it was great to get that turkey killed before the bad weather rolled in. And after that, we just rolled into town. We got a quick bite to eat and regrouped while we were waiting for the weather to blow out. So after the rain stopped, we headed back out, and we went to a spot where we knew there was a couple turkeys around. Sure enough, man, we pulled up there and there was 2 big longbeards out in the field. So we made a big loop around them, got set up, and started calling. Well, that was about as unbelievable as it gets right here. These are number 2 and 3 on the day. I killed that one right off the bat this morning, and then the rain kind of delayed us for a while. And we've been kind of on these turkeys all week. And you know, we left them alone this morning. We came over here when the rain quit. And we found them up here maybe 200 yards in this field, so we made a big loop. We came around. This was pretty much our only setup option. They had like 6 hens with them, man, but we started calling to them, and I mean, they broke right away. They come right over the hill, and they come right down by that rake. That was about as pretty as it could get. Dear old Dad and Steven were able to dump them both. What a hunt.
That was awesome.
That was awesome right there.
Good job getting them down there.
So after the way the weather looked the night before, man, I was skeptical if we were even gonna get to hunt at all that next day. And you know, the way it turned out, killing 3 turkeys before lunchtime, it surely surprised me, and it was great that my dad got to be there with us. And it was just a great hunt. It's one I surely won't soon forget.
Sometimes I wonder about my never-ending hunger for chasing thunder.
Rope-a-dope right there, son. Look at that thing, boy.
First morning in Indiana, we found a bird.
Running down from the jet.
Welcome back to this week's show of Changing Seasons. Can't wait to show you all what we got in store for y'all today.
Hey, well, what's up?
Morning.
What's going on?
Excited for the day. Hopefully we hear something.
Man, it's gonna be like, it's kind of chilly out here today.
Yeah, it's cold.
So we're at Nine Ridges Farm. This is Christopher Morton. He's one of our probably top 5 customers and a good friend of the families and me and my land partners, and he's up to help with Rodney. We're up here hunting, and so Chris is going with me this morning and see if we can get you a bird.
It's been a long week. I haven't had a whole lot of activity myself, but hopefully today's the day.
Well, let's see what happens. And birds ain't been gobbling very good, and it's kind of chilly, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's roll out.
Let's go.
Get him. That's what I'm talking about, big boy. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, God. Get him, bigger. Oh, yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. What do you think?
That was awesome.
Huh?
That was awesome. Man, we barely heard any birds on the roost this morning.
That's fun.
Look at the spurs on that.
Oh my God, dude. Oh my God.
I've never
Chris.
I've never even seen one that big. Ever.
Dude, that's that's bigger than the one I killed here. That's freaking awesome.
That's spur, baby. That's a long beard.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what. Well, it's hard to see if it was double because it looked like it was, but maybe it ain't. God, it's long though.
We walked in here right before dark or right before sunup and owl hooted and nothing. We said, well, we'll just come over here and sit and see what happens. And sure enough, we get set down and hear a gobble like way over there. And we had 4 deer come in, 3 bucks. They were, what, 5 yards from us?
Yeah, I thought that one was going to smell I thought that one, see how it was smelling those logs? I thought it was going to come up there right.
I thought it was going to come right up to us. And they came through, and what, 10 minutes later we killed us?
I heard him, he was coming the whole time the deer were here, just little by little. And, I couldn't call for a little bit because the deer were right in front of us. And so I think he just, man, next thing I know, we called, or when I called down, and when he hammered down in here, like he was right at where those purple trees are, those purple redbud things or whatever they are. And next thing I know, I heard him drumming. Did you hear me tell you I heard him?
I heard it. Yeah, I heard you say that.
I heard the da-doom.
It's finally here, the opening morning of Kentucky season. Hopefully we've got a plan together here. My son, Brady Wright, his girlfriend, Julia Akins, and a great friend of ours, Ryan Sailors, and his girlfriend, Samantha Curry, are coming to go with us this morning. We've got a couple turkeys that's liking to hang together down here on the river, and we're hoping to maybe pull off a double if we're lucky. But hey, both girls have got the guns in their hand. Both girls shooting 3-inch guns with a Vortex Venom sight on top, so if they can put the little red dot on them, we could be in business. But hey, both girls are hoping for their very first turkey, and you know how that goes. Your very first turkey, you'll never forget it. So we're just super excited to be part of this, and we're hoping that this plan goes together. It's about 35 degrees. It's pretty cool, but it ought to be good for turkeys to gobble. But we've been watching a couple turkeys down here, and Brady's already set the blind. We're gonna go in and set our Avian-X decoys. We've got our gun ready here. It's a 3-inch Spinelli with our Vortex Venom sight on top. We're shooting an Indian Creek choke, and this lady right here hopefully fixing to kill her very first turkey. But we're gonna try, and the good Lord's gonna have to be on our side. But we're fixing to crank his truck and drive here real shortly. Ain't far, not far from the house here. But Miss Julia, how you feel about hopefully getting to kill your very first turkey?
I'm very excited. Very excited. Blessed to have the opportunity. Can't wait to get out there.
That'll be great. That's great. And hey, you folks stay with us right here. It's going to be on Changing Seasons, Spur brand. opening day of Kentucky season, and we brought Julia Eakins with us here, and our great friend Ryan Sanders and his Samantha and Julia and Brady. And the good Lord just blessed us with the morning. It's just unbelievable. We had turkeys on us all morning and jakes, and then finally when it happened, it got real busy real quick, as you'll see on the show. But I'll let Julia tell you a little bit about her first turkeys.
Basically, we had 3 gobblers all around us. We had 4. We had 4 behind us, 2 in front of us, and the first shot I took, and got him.
It worked great.
So Samantha with a swing and a miss.
Yeah.
But
Still did
hey,
awesome.
I've shot and
I couldn't be
missed
happier.
plenty.
Everybody's going to. You hunt enough,
They've
you're
all
gonna
watched
miss
me
one.
shoot
That's
and
right.
miss before, so
That wasn't no easy shot. Yeah.
no, it was a fun time.
Hey, spur season 2. Y'all stay with us, watch us on TV. This is what it's all about, folks. Good friends, good time.
What a show that was. Can't wait for y'all to see us next week on the Mossy Oak GO app.
You know, here at Mossy Oak, our passion for turkey hunting has been in our blood for a long, long time. And that deep-seated passion watered the roots for our very first camouflage over 30 years ago. And that passion is still growing today with our National Wild Turkey Federation obsession pattern, which in our opinion is as close as you can get to disappearing in the spring woods. Mossy Oak Obsession, the official camouflage of the National Wild Turkey Federation.
Mr. William John, let's go get him. Well, we were supposed to come back here and roost a turkey this evening. We just got here. It's like 6:40, and we saw 2 turkeys out in the edge of this field. We can't tell. We're actually in the middle of this field. We couldn't tell what they were. It looked kind of big though, but we figured we'd try to make a move on them before they head to roost. So we'll see. It could have been 2 hens. We don't really know. Well, we were trying to get to these turkeys over here. They should be just the other side of this island. Right over here. And we were trying to get to the edge of the island to call them up here. And then there's a gobbler with 2 hens. I don't know if you can see them. Right here. So, now we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. I mean, the only thing you do is sit here and try to call them to here.
Because there ain't no getting to them.
I'd be scared. I mean, you can back up and bump in these woods. But honestly, I'd be scared to make too much racket and boogering.
Yeah.
She's with that other gobbler, I bet you.
They're coming to us.
They're walking on that island right there. Is that a gobbler in the front? Yeah, I think it is. Don't move, they're coming. Here he comes. Oh, that's Jake's. Yep. Mm-hmm. I just started.
Call at him, William. There's 2 gobblers. Man. Well, we got a good idea where they went in. Y'all can see a bunch of it. The plan was to get right here when we saw them from the camp way over here. Was to get right here and kill them, but we had a gobbler and a couple hens here, so it kind of halted us right here. We hunkered down, and sure enough, those 2 strutters come right here on this point. If we could have got there, we would have killed them, but all of them ended up going off down to this bottom back here, so we got a good plan for the morning, we think. Well, we got a couple plans, we got to pick one. We ain't too sure, but good news is we know where 2 or 3 of them are roosted.
It's a long ways back there. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, you think that's the same turkeys?
I'm sure. Because it's 2 of them gobbling together.
Yeah.
It changes things a little bit, don't it?
He's pretty good ways back there. I mean, trees could be, cutting down the sound some, but...
What's that?
We're ready to go.
We think we got a good plan this morning, huh?
Well, we roosted them yesterday. We know roundabout where they are. So this morning we're going to go in there to this food plot Logan knows about. Get as close as we can to where we think they are. And
hopefully not spook them off the land.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Stay with us.
Turkeys at the bottom behind this little creek bottom. And they've been hanging out in it. They're starting to kind of move down behind us. So this spot we thought looked good, but looks like they want to stay in the woods. So we're going to try to get in there with them. Nah, well, part of me was thinking, I was like, if we get these birds gobbling, he might come in, because I know there was 2 of them.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my train of thought when I kept cutting at them, and then I started thinking about it right about the time you texted me.
Yeah. I think they would have finally come on in if them jakes would have come on in.
Yeah. Dude, those jakes came perfect. Across that little creek right there.
Man, if they would have been home birds.
That would have been awesome. Dude, it was so pretty seeing them strut through that stuff.
Could you see them pretty good?
Yeah. Heck yeah, we watched it for a friggin' hour.
Did they ever actually breed a hen?
I couldn't tell. So I had eyes on when the 2, I don't know where the other hen came from, but 2 hens, when they come back, I saw one of them standing there, I couldn't see the other one.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the other one until after he had started strutting again.
And at the end, there was 3 hens.
3?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I missed out on a lot. Better shoot him. Hold up, let me get my gun. Kill him. Alright, you shoot. What? Shoot the one on the right. You ready? Yeah. 1, 2.
Well, that ain't really how you want it to happen. But we even got him a turkey. That's the good news. Bad news is, it might not be too bad. I turned to shoot at William's turkey again, missed him, and then got up running to go get my turkey. And when I come around the corner, he was just standing there looking at me. And somehow, I don't know if I shot 3 times or if I ejected, because sometimes you'll hit that extra pump,
Yeah.
But I don't know if I ejected my 3rd shell, but I threw it to shoot him, and he was just standing there looking at me, and it clicked. And then he jumped up and, flew off to probably North Carolina.
Yeah. I tried to keep shooting, but my gun had jammed. And in the heat of everything, I just took off running and tried to get the turkeys instead of trying to fix the jam in the gun. But
and I debated on it. I told him earlier, I was like, well, don't nobody really want to watch that, But I reckon we're gonna keep it real. It happens. It sucks. I don't know, it's a bad feeling, But hey, good job, dude.
Appreciate it.
Proud for you, man.
I appreciate you having me out here. And
yeah, dude.
if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be hunting right now.
Be stuck in Charlotte, huh?
That's right.
Oh, me.
At Mossy Oak, we firmly believe that to live your very best life, you need to get outside as often as possible. Everything Mossy Oak has ever done or will do has been in the effort to get people more connected with the outdoors. Now, how you do it is up to you, but we are always here to help. Mossy Oak wellness products are designed with that singular goal to help you get the most from all of your moments outdoors. Hey, when you don't feel 100%, it's the outside parts of your life that suffer the most. An outdoor lifestyle is an active lifestyle, and our products are designed to help you feel better so you can get out there as much as possible for as long as possible. Mossy Oak Wellness. Feel better. Get outside.
This year I got invited to Northwest Missouri to hunt spring turkeys. I had some good family friends that had a farm there in Northwest Missouri, so they invited me to come out. I reached out to team member Drexel Richardson to come film me, and hopefully if I got a bird, then I would run the camera for him.
We just arrived in Northwest Missouri yesterday. It rained all day. We scouted this property. We just didn't want to get the camera wet. We woke up a little late. These birds are right next to our blind that we set up last night. Hammering. We hurried up and got set up. We're in the blind. It's probably 6:45. And this might be quick. So fingers are crossed that first morning in Northwest Missouri is going to be a success.
So finally, me and Drexel, we're crunching the time, and we're like, we got to get something done. So we got aggressive. We actually got out of the blind. We had this one bird gobbling its head off in I think it was mid-morning at like 10 o'clock. I mean, we walked probably a good mile.
They're up on that ridge. We're going to have to come up here, Drexel. Knee crawl to that brush right there. And then probably just raise up and shoot them on that ridge. There's no way. All right, let's go.
And we had to belly crawl on this bird. Finally, we got in position. I had to make a long shot, but it was now or never.
Get right behind me. Get right behind me. Okay. Drexel, on the count of 3, you're gonna stand up with me. And they should be right in line with us. I'm gonna shoot, okay? 1, 2, 3. Nice and easy, nice and easy. You see them? Right there in front of us. See them? I want that strutter.
Did I get the tone?
So I threw a long shot out there, got lucky, got him, and we actually harvested a bird.
A spot in stock. We've heard this bird all morning, and we got up to our spot we wanted to get to, and we seen the hens. I said, we're gonna raise up, and we're gonna get this boy. So we raised up, and I pulled one heck of a shot. Them Federal SSTs, I think that's what they are, aren't they? Wow, that's like a 50-yard shot. That was amazing.
Just killed a turkey.
Now we just found 2 mushrooms. It's becoming that season. Right here, I actually about stepped on them and Drex was like, hey, hey, hey. So we'll pick these and might do some mushroom hunting today now. So yeah, look at that. Now maybe just go catch some bass later on and top this whole weekend right off. So that's awesome.
We got down there to Earl's cabin. Earl was already out on the deck waiting on us. He heard our shot and he's like, did you get one? And we told him the story on how everything went down, and we did a little fishing and he made us some mushrooms and some fish and just hung around and just visited. We couldn't thank Earl enough for letting us come to Northwest Missouri.
Next up is Zach Geeth, and he's taking the family hunting. He's gonna get his kids out in the woods, and there's no better time than spring turkey season. You can get your kids out, it's usually fairly warm, and he's going to be taking his son and daughter out. So his son Drake has actually killed a number of birds over the last couple of years. He's done pretty well for himself. And so first up then is going to be his daughter Morgan. So they're hoping to get Morgan a bird, and then if there's time and there's still birds hanging around, maybe Drake will be able to score on one himself.
There's at least 4 toms. There might be 5, I'm not sure. But there's 3 down there strutting right now. I can only see a couple hens. See if I got enough zoom to show you guys what I'm seeing. Hopefully I can get one of these to come in tomorrow morning.
What a great shot, Morgan. Zach actually got out, got the bird, and they got back in the blind and started calling. And before too long, they had another longbeard on its way in.
Yes! We got a double! It's a double!
What do you mean a double?
Well, you killed one and Drake just killed one. You got your shell?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that one wore me out, Drake. That wore me out. I was like, are you gonna shoot him?
Why would you try? I was wanting a better shot.
Here, Tom's. Well, what a morning here in western Iowa. Got Drake, my son, Morgan, my daughter. It was her very first year turkey hunting this year. This is her second morning out, so I'd say she did very, very well. Drake's been at it since he was 6 or 7 and shot a great bird. I'd shoot him all day long, so I can't express how much this means to me being out here with both my kids on a beautiful morning. We're gonna pack everything up, and these kids got a little bit extra weight on their back.
What an awesome way to get your kids out in the great outdoors. And Zach, congrats to you. You know, Drake killed another great bird, but Morgan got to kill her first ever bird. And what an awesome thing to have happen, you know, to be able to have brother and sister together for that kind of an experience. And I'm sure they'll remember it for the rest of their lives. And if they don't, we've got these videos. So that's why we do this. You know, we video for not only the viewers that watch, but more than that, we video for ourselves to be able to show our family and friends for years to come. Thanks for watching Victory Outdoors.
How do brands begin? What inspires their creation? At Mossy Oak, our inspiration leaves an indelible print and makes an unmistakable sound. The wild turkey is woven into every inch of Mossy Oak fabric ever created, from 1986 to today. Our inspiration began with one man's obsession with turkeys over 75 years ago, which he passed on to his family. His son created Mossy Oak to get closer to turkeys, and somehow along the way we created something so much bigger. Every spring when we enter the woods, we don't measure success by beards and spurs. Instead, we welcome the chance to tap back into what inspired us so many years ago. So, to the wild turkey, we thank you, and we'll see you this spring.
All right, another great week. It's hard to believe you can get all that content right here. Mossy Oak Turkey Season Live every Monday night. We'll be back next Monday, so y'all join us right here on the Mossy Oak GO App Monday night.